The early Jurassic oceans, 200 million years ago, teemed with marine reptiles that had evolved from land-dwelling ancestors during the preceding Triassic period. Ichthyosaurs dominated these waters, their dolphin-like bodies perfectly adapted for aquatic life through millions of years of evolution. These reptiles ranged from small species measuring 2 meters to giants exceeding 15 meters in length, hunting fish and squid throughout warm seas. Plesiosaurs emerged alongside ichthyosaurs, featuring long necks, small heads, and 4 paddle-like flippers that propelled them through continental shelf waters. The supercontinent Pangaea was beginning its gradual breakup, creating new seaways and shallow marine environments across the globe. Ammonites flourished in incredible diversity, their coiled shells filling ecological niches from surface waters to ocean depths. These cephalopods developed complex suture patterns and varied shell ornamentations, becoming important index fossils for dating Jurassic rock layers. Belemnites, squid-like creatures with internal shells, hunted smaller prey using 10 arms equipped with hooks rather than suckers. Marine crocodilians, called thalattosochians, adapted to oceanic life, developing paddle-like limbs and tail fins for efficient swimming. Coral reefs expanded during warm periods, built by scleractinian corals that had survived the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event. Bivalves diversified across ocean floors, with oysters and other species creating extensive shell beds in shallow coastal waters. Sharks continued their ancient lineage, with hybodont sharks being common predators alongside early modern shark groups. The warm climate resulted in minimal temperature variation between equatorial and polar regions, allowing marine life to distribute widely. Crinoids, or sea lilies, attached themselves to the seafloor in vast gardens, filtering nutrients from ocean currents with feathery arms. Plankton blooms supported complex food webs, with microscopic organisms forming the foundation of marine ecosystems. Coastal environments featured extensive limestone deposits forming from accumulated shells and coral, creating the fossil-rich formations studied today. Marine reptiles gave birth to live young at sea, never returning to land as their terrestrial ancestors had done. Plesiosaurs evolved as short-necked variants of plesiosaurs, developing massive skulls and powerful jaws for hunting large prey. The continental shelves provided nursery grounds where young marine reptiles could grow with some protection from larger predators. Oxygen levels in the oceans remained relatively stable, supporting diverse communities from surface waters to considerable depths. Geological evidence from marine deposits shows regular sea level fluctuations throughout the early Jurassic period, affecting coastal ecosystems. Filter-feeding organisms extracted nutrients from water columns, processing vast quantities of seawater daily. The fossil record from this period is exceptionally preserved in certain locations, particularly in Germany's Holzmaden shell deposits. These early Jurassic seas established patterns of marine life that would continue evolving throughout the remaining Jurassic period.
The Middle Jurassic period, spanning 174 to 163 million years ago, witnessed significant diversification of terrestrial ecosystems across fragmenting continental landmasses. Sauropod dinosaurs reached unprecedented sizes during this epoch, with species like Mamenchisaurus developing necks exceeding 15 meters in length for high browse feeding. These giant herbivores consumed hundreds of kilograms of vegetation daily, processing plant matter through gastroliths in their digestive systems rather than extensive chewing. Coniferous forests dominated the landscape, with araucarian trees, cycads, and ginkgos forming the primary vegetation that supported herbivorous dinosaur populations. Theropod dinosaurs evolved into various ecological niches, from small insectivores measuring under 1 meter to large predators exceeding 8 meters in length. Allosaurus-type predators emerged during this period, developing powerful jaws and serrated teeth designed for processing large prey items through slicing rather than crushing. Stegosaurs flourished in Middle Jurassic environments, their distinctive dorsal plates likely serving thermoregulatory functions and species recognition rather than defensive purposes according to current evidence. These armored herbivores possessed small heads relative to body size, with simple teeth suited for processing soft vegetation rather than tougher plant materials. Early ornithopods appeared as successful small to medium-sized herbivores, utilizing bipedal locomotion for efficient movement through varied terrain. The climate remained warm and humid with minimal seasonal variation, creating favorable conditions for year-round plant growth and dinosaur activity. Pterosaurs diversified into multiple ecological roles, with species ranging from sparrow-sized insect hunters to larger fish-eating forms with wingspans exceeding 2 meters. These flying reptiles developed pneumatic bone structures that reduced weight while maintaining strength, enabling sustained powered flight. Early mammals remained small, generally under 1 kilogram in body mass, occupying nocturnal niches as insectivores and avoiding larger diurnal predators. Crocodilomorphs inhabited both aquatic and terrestrial environments, with some species adapted for running on land, while others remained primarily aquatic. Insects reached considerable diversity during the Middle Jurassic, including early representatives of modern groups like beetles, flies, and primitive social insects. Fossil evidence from China's Daohugua Formation provides exceptional preservation of Middle Jurassic terrestrial life, including soft tissue impressions and complete skeletons. River systems created extensive floodplains where vegetation concentrated, attracting herbivorous dinosaurs and subsequently their predators in predictable patterns. Soil development progressed slowly compared to modern rates, as flowering plants had not yet evolved to accelerate weathering processes through root systems. Ferns formed dense understory vegetation in forested areas, providing food sources for smaller herbivores, while larger species fed on tree foliage. Decomposition processes operated similarly to modern ecosystems, with bacteria, fungi, and invertebrates breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients. Trackway evidence indicates dinosaurs traveled in groups organized by size, with juveniles and adults sometimes moving together through their territories. Water sources attracted diverse animal assemblages, creating concentrated fossil deposits where numerous species remains accumulated over time in lake and river sediments. The Middle Jurassic period represents a transitional phase between the early radiation of dinosaurs and the giant forms that would dominate the late Jurassic. These terrestrial ecosystems established ecological patterns that persisted for tens of millions of years, demonstrating the stability of Mesozoic dinosaur-dominated communities.